A new compact electric crossover or SUV in the premium segment. This is the Zeekr X, a sister model to the recently reviewed Volvo EX30. Is it even the better Volvo EX30? We're going to find out here together with Thomas and Autogefühl in 4K full screen, full length. Let's go. What the hell? Yeah, because here you can actually play cat sounds on the exterior, or a dog sound, or a pig and so on, or actually use your original voice to speak to outside people. Or you can also make your electric vehicle a sports car at the traffic light, when you want to challenge someone. Yeah, you don't have to, but you can use some fun features. But make no mistake, they mean serious business, because at that price point, below 50,000 euros for a fully packed premium compact electric SUV or a crossover, this is pretty much unchallenged when it arrives the market now, next to the Volvo EX30. Let's take a look here at the front. Vertical daytime running light integration, a lot of different angles. They have a European design and development team. They will have a European headquarters in Amsterdam, and here in Gothenburg, Sweden actually. They also have their design studio next actually to, not so far away, the Volvo headquarters and plant. So indeed this European approach is what sets them apart to the other manufacturers that are coming to Europe now. The length is at 4.43 meters or 174 inches. It's a little bit longer, also a little bit longer in wheelbase than the Volvo EX30, but definitely totally comparable. There will either be a rear-wheel drive version with 5.6 seconds in the acceleration figure, or all-wheel drive version, that means electric motor in the rear and in the front, then at 3.8 seconds in the acceleration figure, and that is already performance car alike. And remember, still keeping that very low price. Design-wise here, you can see this is this rather spectacular black roof, so it's kind of like split in this contrasting way. And this beige color here, you can see, is one of actually 4 colors you can pick. So that's a little bit Tesla philosophy. They try to reduce the choices you have, but it will be actually sufficient, I can tell you. Wheels, 19-inch or here optional 20-inch wheels in this Spider design dual tone. Battery size is at 69 kilowatt hours gross, somewhat 66 kilowatt hours net. And recharging, what's actually quite cool, always 22 kilowatt charging AC, DC charging at 150 kilowatt peak, so it takes 29 minutes from 10 to 80% state of charge. And here in the highest trim, it's actually fun with the B pillar. You see at the moment it's black, but there's a screen integrated, so when I open the charging lid, already appears here, and when I put in the charging cable, it shows me the state of charge actually. And also for the pet mode, there is a display then. And towards the rear, we have another spectacular light signature all the way across. The Zeekr logo is illuminated here in the rear. For your real eye, it looks pretty cool because it has this 3-dimensional depth. On camera, it looks a little bit weird or maybe like out of focus, but it's actually not when you take a real look at it. Top speed is 190 kilometers an hour or 120 miles an hour, and it also has towing capacity at 1.6 tons. Turning indicator show, you can see here it gets replaced right here. It looks quite cool as well. Of course, also at the side here underneath the outside mirrors. In the rear, very visible in a time where more and more turning indicators in the rear get tinier and tinier. I think this is definitely visible and also has this cascading effect. Is there a frunk? Yes, there is. Small, but definitely fits a charging cable. You would have 3 options to open and close the vehicle. There's a key card, you can use a smartphone, or then here this more classic key fob, but in a more unique design. And we can see here, when we open or close the vehicle, these flush door handles go in and out. And when they are opened like this, then you can grab in, and there we go. Door closing sound. It's frameless, but although it's frameless, it has a really good door closing sound. Look at that here, also the panel gaps. So all the European experience they have, and also from the Volvo and Polestar brand, obviously pays off. Then inside of the doors, you have high-grade leatherette everywhere. Also here with some perforation, will also be backlit. This is a bright blue color scheme mix actually. This will be the electric way to open and close, like open the door from the inside. Their philosophy is also to go completely animal-free and sustainable in the whole interior. And I think, well, I mean, this color scheme here, it really looks very premium. The quality of the material, it's really soft perforation here. Cooling and heating is available. So yeah, the first quality impression and also the visual one is really very good. Seating position, it's a small vehicle, but it offers decent seating comfort here also for tall people. 189 or 6'2", and to the panoramic glass roof, a fixed one. There's plenty of space left, even here to the side, covered in microfiber, this whole ceiling. And the seat comfort, like from the material and so on. Wow, I mean, if you compare it to the Volvo EX30, this one here actually has a better quality, better build quality impression. That's something definitely. Steering wheel with the manual control, up and down, in and out, smooth process. And you can see here these 8.8-inch digital instruments. They move together with the steering wheel, so the steering wheel then never blocks the view to the digital instruments. Another difference to the Volvo, because here the Zeekr X does get a digital instruments and also a head-up display, which the Volvo is not getting. Interior cockpit overview, really clean layout, 14.6-inch screen, more this horizontal focus. There's ambient lighting, you can also change the color. It will also be available in this breathing effect that has this pulsing function, or music show will be according to the bass of the music. And this is all by a touch, and here also with the temperature unit, but there will be alternatives to that actually. Soon I'm going to show that. In the Chinese market, by the way, here you can also move the screen to the right, to the passenger. That's not allowed in the European market. On the steering wheel, you have two real buttons. This is either for the volume control, or you can also then switch it around, and then it becomes a temperature control and vent strength and so on. So this is actually a good thing. And on the left side, this will be for the adaptive cruise control. And there we are with the digital instruments, where we can increase the vent strength once again, or the temperature at the steering wheel. I think that's a good compromise solution. I like it also here on the left stalk column for the wipers that you have this structure on the wiper for a better haptic feel. Quick look here at the infotainment system. You have a Tesla-alike control, and yeah, this is definitely inspired by Tesla here on the left side. Then you can set the individual modes for driving and so on. Then you also have like this menu with a vehicle. Then this is the inspired, like this Chinese inspired voice assistant, a little bit more playful. And then you have this app view. You will have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You get the Yamaha 13 speaker sound system. In the lower area there's a bag hanger, and this also has this clicking feedback, and 27 watt charger left, and there's 60 watt charger USB-C on the right. That's powerful. And there's some space right here. A central cup holder, you can also fold it up. But you can also close this whole unit here. Inductive charging pad here, and then you can also fold up the armrest. Inside of the rear doors, also high-grade leatherette, and even behind it, the background of it is super soft. You can really touch it and you feel the feedback from behind. So this is really build quality we've usually seen like vehicles that are twice, triple the price or something. Then the interior and the rear, you can see same design scheme, and look at the floor mats, how they have this nice structure there inside. This is both in the front and also in the rear. But how much space do we still have in the rear? Let's see this, the driver's seat as I would be driving, and I can still sit underneath it with the feet a little bit close. Let's see here, legroom does work, and also headroom. So this can easily house 4 tall adults, although it's not a huge vehicle. Also with a stamped in structure here, really three-dimensional structure you can feel at the back part of the seat. Lower part is also soft with leatherette cover. The top button is hard, but then you have this structure. Can I also sit in the middle part? Also possible, so it can actually house 5 tall adults. The outside seats are of course more comfortable, and this really soft surface here gives you a great comfort also for the rear. So you can see seating comfort and interior space in the front cabin is the emphasis of this vehicle. You can also see nice luxury details, like here the harder element on the seat, but this doesn't disturb the comfort. And also, for example, this little strap with the logo imprint here, where you can pull down then the cup holders, and they are also somewhat adaptive. Also when you put them down and up again, This resonates very well with the quality. So indeed, from the interior build quality, I have never seen a car this high in the quality at that price point. Once again, this illuminated logo, it's not out of focus, it just looks weird on camera. For your rear eye, it looks cool. And underneath there is this button for the electric hatch. Let's press it. There we go. And then it's 360 liters. Doesn't sound much. It isn't much, but you can see here the width is a little bit less than a meter or 40 inches, and the normal length is a little bit less than 80 centimeters or 30 inches. You can also remove this top cover here. You can also fold it from here, just grabbing over. And underneath this cover, there is some space left like this, and yeah, way more space for some charging cables. So it is a compact vehicle. You've seen the dimensions in the rear seats and so on. So the small trunk is the only compromise, but for most use cases, it will still fit. Another sister model to this one, by the way, is the Smart #1. They all belong basically to the Geely Corporation. The Smart is 50% Mercedes, 50% Geely. Zeekr is a 100% Geely, as well as Volvo and Polestar, and also Lotus. What they are trying to do is they are building basically another Volkswagen corporation with different brands, and then use economies of scale, the same platform, and then they can also offer all these vehicles under the certain brands at that price point. You can now compare the Volvo EX30, or a German compact competitor would be the recently facelifted ID.3.